This is Town Square Sunday on demand. And now, 1420 WBSM's Jim Phillips.
Good morning, I'm Jim Phillips, and this is Town Square Sunday. This is a community service program that highlights individuals and organizations seeking to make the South Coast a better place to live and work. Speaking of work, John Andrade of the Old Bedford Village Development Corporation joins us this morning to tell us about an upcoming public meeting in Wareham. The meeting is scheduled for August 18th from 10 to 2 at the Dudley L. Brown VFW Post 2846. That's located at 4 Gibbs Ballpark Road in Onset. And what it boils down to is the offshore wind industry is looking for people who want to work in this new industry. There's plenty of opportunities, and it's time for people to take advantage of those opportunities. This isn't really, and if you haven't been paying attention, this isn't really talk anymore. The industry's here. The equipment has come in every week for the past, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, maybe more than that. Stuff is being built. Turbines are being put together, or pieces are being put together at the Marine Commerce Terminal in the South End. It's here. Buddy Andrade has been here before to make that point. He's going to make it again. Buddy, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
So let's clarify this right off the top. What is your role here with the offshore wind industry?
Well, my role has always been the same. I'm Buddy Andrade. I'm the president of the Minority Action Committee. I'm the executive director of Old Bedford Village Development Corporation. I have been doing workforce development since 1973 with 3 pyramids. I continue to do programs around youth and training and all that stuff. And we do mass highway stuff, housing construction. So it's a no-brainer to be involved with offshore wind. And for me, it's from a historical perspective that when we look at the history of the city of New Bedford, when we lit the world back in the 1800s, early 1900s, we lit the world, and so during that part of lighting the world, it was the whaling industry that did that. And Cape Verdeans and Zorians and others were part of that whaling industry, okay, that lit the world and made New Bedford one of the most prosperous cities in the world. And so now here we have another opportunity to do the same thing with renewable energy, i.e. Offshore wind. And for me, as a Cape Verdean, I want to be part of that. And I am part of it. And I'm leading the legacy of what our ancestors did when they did this back in the 1800s. So here we are. But, the reality is that these are jobs. These are careers. These are business opportunities. We're talking about a $3 trillion industry that is kicking off here in New Bedford. It is here. It has started. It is not a dream anymore. This is happening. So you can't sit up here and talk about, there's not jobs, there's not going to be this. Every major agency in the city of New Bedford is doing some form of recruitment or training, whether it's the Mass Hire, whether it's Bristol Community College, UMass Dartmouth, Bridgewater State, Mass Maritime, Old Bedford Village, PACE. PACE has just received a grant to get started with the PACE Ready program that Lisa Mello, who's the Workforce Development Director for PACE. These are opportunities that are being developed. The New Bedford Vocational has the welding programs working with Mass Hire. All these people are doing all these things for a reason, because there are offers from these major corporations coming from Europe, these major developers, to build these turbines in our waters, and they need Americans to do the work. And we need to have our Americans to be qualified to do the work. And that's what we're doing. I'm about careers. I'm about jobs. I'm about seeing New Bedford grow and our neighborhoods prosper, and to stop the shootings and the ODs and all the other negative stuff that's happening in our community, and for get our young people and older folk to understand about the reality of today and the economic opportunities that are today.
Are you getting a paycheck from the wind industry?
No, I do not. I do not get paid by Vineyard Wind 1, Beacon Wind, which I've had them in my office in the South End and met with them. I've met with Beacon, Beacon went about 3 weeks ago, which is another company coming in. Mayflower, before it became South Coast, we met with them, and we have a relationship working with Vineyard One. And I want to say a shout out to Klaus Mueller, who is the CEO of Vineyard One, who has met with us at Dennis Memorial back on May 2nd, and then on June 30th, he met at our office on 41 Bedford Street. Now, Vineyard One has donated $5,000 as a gold sponsor for our Access to Opportunity events. So it has the New Bedford Ocean Cluster, which is the executive director, Jen Downing, and John Bullard, who is one of the board members, and Scott Lima, who is the president of the board. We have gotten the donations from Boss Terminal, where we participated in the conference in Baltimore back in May. We just received a nice donation from the Operation Engineers Local 4 in support of the work that we're doing in getting the word out. The problem right now is recruitment. The problem right now is getting the word out to people in all segments of our community that these opportunities are there. Because you'll be surprised how many people still don't know that this is happening, that this is going on, that they don't see those big cranes, those big pieces here in our community. Yeah. Okay, and so what we're doing, what Old Bedford Village has always done, has been the pioneers being out there, getting the word, crying, "Hey, this is time, and it is time." And if you're, well, give you an example. We had, thanks to Tim Weisberg, we did a good show. We had a nice turnout over at United Fishermen's Club, but then we had a few individuals that came around 12:30, 1 o'clock. The program pretty much is over. Don't come looking for a job at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, come
okay.
Come at 10.
You come at 9 o'clock in the morning. You
Sure.
come at 8 o'clock in the morning when the program starts, and you come prepared. And that's what we're trying to do. The PACE Ready program is to do just that, to get individuals ready, prepared, whether you're looking for jobs in accounting, whether it's being a painter, whether it's being a carpenter, or whatever these jobs that may entail, you have to be ready. High school diploma. Stop smoking the doggone marijuana. Safety is a huge issue. You're not going to get a job if you don't understand and believe in safety, because people want to go home and they want to enjoy their families, they want to enjoy their careers, not have to be shortchanged because of an accident. So, no, I do not get paid by anybody. I do a good job working with the Community Foundation and others to go out there and try to get the resources to the organizations that need it.
These forums are called Access to Opportunity. How many have been held? I know there have been a couple in New Bedford anyway, maybe more. We're talking about onset now on
Yes.
the 18th, but how many have been held so far?
We've held since 2012. Once a year since 2012. It started with Matt Morrissey and Bruce Stewart, who was then Ward 4 councilor, Gloria Williams, Louis Rodriguez, and myself. We started this at Matt Morrissey's office in 2012, and we've been doing it ever since. We are now taking it on the road, trying to expand what I've been saying all the time. I've said it here. We're throwing that large net out there, and we're bringing in the net and seeing what we have for people who want to get involved. And so we're going to onset. My back home, my backyard, I grew up there, so I'm happy to go back there and do some on-the-ground recruiting in onset. And then in September, we're going to Falmouth. And we're going to be doing the same type of program in Falmouth to get people again. It's the long net. Not everybody in New Bedford is ready for this work. Not everybody in New Bedford is going to get this work. But these are jobs for Americans in southeastern Massachusetts, and Old Bedford Village's mission is to make sure that everybody's eating and sleeping offshore wind.
What's been the turnout in New Bedford? Was there a good turnout? Active turnout?
It's an active turnout. I won't say good, but I won't say bad. We're continuing to get people flowing in, flowing out. We have to understand, and well, you know this, because I've said it long enough, that we have done training after training after training after training before offshore wind, and many disappointments. And so people are reluctant. What training you got now, buddy? What's coming up now? And we've got another training program with the New Bedford Superfund project starting in October. So here comes another one. What PACE is going to be doing. Here's another training program. What Mass Hire is doing. All of these training programs are must. You cannot say, "Oh, I've had enough training." No, you're not. Because even when you get the jobs that we're talking about, and these are career jobs, you have to be consistently trained. Because the regulations, the legislation, all of the intricacies of this industry continuously changes. And so you have to be updated on all of the manuals, all of the information consistently. I did it, just to give you an example, at 5 o'clock this morning, I was on a Zoom meeting with the Global World Organization on all of the safety aspects of how this stuff is done. See, and the Global World Organization is out of London, Europe.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who are running how we're going to do this work. And that's why it's important, to be on top of all this stuff. And I am on top of it. And that's why I'm one of the few individuals in New Bedford that can talk about this stuff and know what they're talking about and don't have to go look it up.
BCC, their training program's up and running?
Yes, they'll be running this fall. They have a Q card thing that you can do. Yeah. Go on their website. Classes are getting ready to start. They've already had some already. It's a must. It's called the NOWI program, the National Offshore Wind Institute, on the Bristol Community College. It's a brand new facility, state-of-the-art training and facility. Listen, there is not going to be a stone unturned in regards to the creativity of the types of training programs that are going to be developed. Mass Hire is recruiting right now for the welders at vocational school, and we're going to see a lot more working together. And at our meeting on the 20th of July, it was so cool to see everybody that was there giving their information about their programs and doing it in a way that was collective and collaborative.
BCC open their building in New Bedford?
Yes, they open up. I want to say it's on MacArthur Drive.
Yeah.
They have a new facility, again, state-of-the-art, by the industry, not BCC's design, but the industry's design.
Yep.
And so then we also have another training program called Pathways, which is affiliated with the unions. So there are so many different avenues for individuals to go to. Call me, 774-202-0603. Have my email. We don't do everything, but we know who does.
You referenced it earlier, people who show up and apply themselves, can they really expect to get a job if they show up and apply themselves?
Let me tell you something. If you don't get a job, it's only because you didn't apply yourself. It's only because you didn't get the qualifications that are necessary. And it starts with a high school diploma. It starts with having a driver's license. It starts with having a good query. It starts with being able to pass a drug test and getting enrolled in Mass Hire, getting enrolled at vocational, getting enrolled in the NOWI program. That's where you got to be. And it's going to take anywhere from 18 months to 36 months to get all that.
You're listening to Town Square Sunday. I'm Jim Phillips. My guest is John Buddy Andrade, who is organizing community meetings so people can meet some of the players in the offshore wind industry and perhaps start a career. What types of jobs, Buddy, are available now? Right now,
you have the longshoremen who are doing the ships coming in and out and all that kind of stuff. You have the people who actually are going out there, the power drivers who are going out there to lay the equipment into the ground, all that. And these are all the heavy equipment operators, the crane operators, people like that, which is the local 4 operation engineers, the power drivers and the iron workers. These are the guys who are moving that equipment, getting it set in so they can get the turbines up, and then the rest of the equipment that goes in to make everything run. Let me emphasize one thing: Vineyard Wind 1 is one company out of 7. We have a 18-month period right now of building Vineyard Wind 1. I think it's 67 turbines in the next 18 months. After that comes South Coast. Then comes Beacon. Then comes Ecuador. So the jobs that we're talking about here, okay, are associated with Vineyard Wind 1, but they're going to be permanent jobs with Vineyard Wind 1 for 30 years. To maintain those turbines. And then the next company starts. So everything starts all over again. So if you didn't get a job as a welder the first time, and you went and got your welder's license, and now you're ready for the second company, then you're going to be ready for the third company, then the fourth company. We're talking about 7 tracks. And when we're done, there's going to be over 300 of turbines out there.
We're talking about a meeting in Wareham on August 18th from 10 to 2 at the Dudley L. Brown VFW Post 2846, 4 Gibbs Ballpark Road in Onset. Why Wareham, buddy? Why did you decide?
Well, again, I'm from Wareham. I grew up there. That's my backyard, and I think that the expertise of individuals in the Wareham area need to be grabbed out and recruited and brought into the fold. These jobs are for everyone in America who wants these jobs. If we don't train Americans, if we don't go out there and get our folk involved, the Europeans will come and they will get the jobs. They will take the jobs, and we'll be sitting back watching them making $100,000 a year, going back to Europe with it, or buying property here, and we have nothing. So why Wareham? Because it's the long net. It's bringing in people as far as we can. We'll be going to Brockton. We're going to be going to Falmouth, like I told you already. And we're going to come back to New Bedford and do it in New Bedford again. We're going to go to Fall River. We have to recruit in every segment of our society for these jobs. And that's what Old Bedford Village has been about. And let me tell you what we did at the meeting on July 28th. We didn't do it just in English. We had a whole segment that was done in Portuguese, that was done in Creole, and that was done in Spanish. And if we had somebody from Haitian Creole, we would have done that as well. Why? Because, again, we're trying to get as many people as possible involved. If you don't get all the training now, or if you get some of it now, you can use it in the next phase of this work that's coming. And then the phase after that. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're talking $3 trillion over 30 years. We're talking 7 different tracks, 7 different companies, all with all of their developers and their unions and workers and all that stuff. We just have to be ready, be prepared. And that's what we're trying to do. So the linguistic part of it, the going around the region part of it, is to bring in more people, to bring in more qualified individuals from around our area, and they're out there. And so that what we're doing, we're sharing, we're building, not just the city of New Bedford, not just the south end or the west end or north end, but Wareham, Falmouth, Carver, places like that have had economic problems. I mean, look, we know that in Cape Cod is like New Bedford when it comes to some of the drug issues, some of the other issues that we're talking about. The only way to turn some of this around is economic development. I believe in this. I believe that this is the methodology, besides prison and jail cells and graveyards, okay, to solve some of these problems. And if we can get people trained and educated and understanding that they're going to make $60,000 to $100,000 start. And if you become a technician, where your operation and management people are making sure these things are running for the life of their life, which is 20 to 25 to 30 year life per turbine, somebody has to make sure they're working. And so that's a 30-year job to go do that.
If you're interested, check it out. August 18th from 10 to 2 at the Dudley L. Brown VFW Post, 2846, 4 Gibbs Ballpark Road in Onset, Massachusetts. Buddy, thanks very much for coming in. My guest, John Buddy Andrade, committed to this development project, committed to getting people work.
Well, I've been always committed to everything that we've done, whether it's been housing, whether it's been jobs, whether it's been, the issue dealing with the police, crime prevention. Yeah. You guys know me. I've always been committed to what I believe is right for the city of New Bedford and the residents of the city.
It's called...
and all colors, all nationalities. That's Buddy Andrade. That's what we do.
Access to Opportunity Forums. Again, Onset, August 18th. You'll be getting an opportunity there. Go in with a high school diploma, and that's a great start right there.
You're going to come out looking to be a middle-class individual, owning a home, sending your kids to college, having a decent life, and living in a nice neighborhood that everybody else is working in as well. That's the goal here, is to make New Bedford, make Southeastern Mass, make all. Listen, like I said, I grew up in Wareham, and I picked cranberries and strawberries and all that stuff. And this is now the 21st century.
Yeah, it's here. Don't forget it. Thanks very much once again, John Andrade. Don't go away. There's more to come this week on Town Square Sunday.